everyone. This is Tim Fielder for my next day, day 2, if I'm not mistaken, of the Carnegie Hall Afrofuturism Festival Dieselfunk LiveArt show. And we're here today and we're going to be doing another session. This time we'll be pretty quick about it. I just wanted to show you what's going on. Remember before we had done Eben, which is a character created by the great Larry Fuller. And what I'll do here is I'll share my screen. And this time, I think what I'll do is I'll share pretty much the entire desktop, because why not? That's what we really should be doing. And you guys should be able to see my Photoshop application. Now, what you're seeing here is this is a texture. I'll get there. Remember the Eben drawing from before. We'll turn on our reference. We'll turn here, right? Now, one of the things I need you guys to know as I'm doing this is I'm trying to show you guys tricks of the trade. This is what I do. This is a digital art form. There's a digital art form. We have the ability to be able to take things that are digital and modify them. And I'll explain to you what I mean. So for example, this drawing here, this is not a drawing. This is actually an illustration, but I mean, this is a photo. I like the photo, right? And I want to use that as inspiration for something I want to try. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate this. And since I have the yellow and the orange, as you can see here in the drawing, I'll just turn it off for a second. I'm just going to start doing some interesting things. We're going to go here. We're going to go to multiply right there. We're going to choose our color, and we can use our color picker too by holding down Alt, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it doesn't even matter. We'll just hold down the color picker tool here. I'll just click on the desktop. And I like that there. That's pretty cool. And then we'll choose another color. And this one right here will be more of an orange, like right there. Okay, great. So I'm going to go here. Now, the next thing I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start drawing this, right? Opacity is set down to 25%, but I'll take it up a little bit more. All right. So we're good there. Brush tool. Right now we're drawing a sponge, but I think what we need to do is probably go, let's go here. We'll see if that goes. Okay, opacity. That's color burn. What we want to do is take it up to normal. There we go. Okay, I'm going to make this point here a little bit bigger. Still set the color burn. Hang on one second. Go to normal. All right, now watch this. All right. So there we go. Taking a little bit here. And you might say, well, why not color the characters? Because I'm looking for something of a monochromatic color. I'm not trying to overpaint this thing. I'm trying to have a little fun with it, but to also maximize the time, right? Meaning what I'm going for is a painted look, but a painted look done with washes or gels, if you will. So we'll go here. Let's say that it'll be yellow. All right. That's pretty cool. All right. We'll go here. Okay, like that. It's a little sluggish today, but that's okay. Okay. Boom. All right, now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit lighter color, but maybe right there is good. Yep, I like that. See? Take a little bit lighter. And also, we just touch a little bit right there, just to add a little bit of gradient. You'll see what's going to happen here in a second. I will take this yellow and I'll make it even brighter. Right there. And I don't know if it's going to have as much of an effect as I would like, but it's a good start. Right, and then here, and take that, and this time what we'll do is we'll go down to like a dark red, like that. Right. Now I could fill that in, or I could just either take my paintbrush and do that. All right, that's pretty good. Now watch what happens when we move this to overlay, right? Or let's say to color dodge, what it begins to add some interesting features to everything. Ah, that's interesting. Hard light. Okay. And here is what we're doing. We're playing around with blending channels. Overlay is cool. Overload, okay. Hard light is cool. I think what we'll do, we'll leave it on hard light. And we will see what happens now. Now, the next thing I'm going to do here, watch this. I'm going to go to filter. I'm going to go to radial blur. All right, this should be fun. How about zoom? Zoom looks interesting, but I'm going to increase the zoom here. I'm actually going to take the center zoom out like that. And what it is, what I'm wanting is the streaks of this to be pretty intense. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. I like that. See how that gave us that effect? That actually turned out very nice. Now this time I want to just go one more time. This time I think what I'm going to do, well, let's see. Let's go here one more time. We do a radial blur one more time. Hold on, let's cancel that for 1 second. I'll show you why. Because I want to fill this part here in. Yeah, I want to fill that in. Okay. And that was a paint bucket too, so that's okay. So go here, blur, radial blur once again. Let's increase that even more. That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, but let's try this now. Let's go here to blur. Now we're going to go to Gaussian blur. Look at that. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. See, so we have a nice gradient. And that gradient is overlaying our drawing. So that's actually pretty good. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. But it's hard light. Let's go to soft light. Play around a little bit more. Yeah, that hard light is looking pretty good. I'm liking that hard light because what I have here makes it look kind of sunsetty. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Okay, watch this, guys. So we're going to go here. So now what I'm going to do, you see our planet? That planet layer, let's turn this off. Let's try this. Just as an experiment, we're going to see what happens, right? So we're going to go here. I'm going to take our magic wand too. If I click here, you'll see it selects the part that is like outer space. It's outside of the sphere because I don't want to affect the sphere. Now, you can see here I have linear dodge, which is pretty good. And I think in my linear dodge, I'm going to eliminate the space part, right? So you can see there, we have a pretty good kind of illuminated. It's like on one end, it was a planet in the original variant, but I love the way that looks because it gives you that bright layer. And let's try this now. Now we're going to turn this back on. All right, so you can see here what's happening is pretty intense. Let's take this here. I'm going to duplicate this. Now I'm going to take it down below our space and turn that layer off just in case I screw up. I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to reselect. Right? So that's pretty good. But this time I'm going to hit select invert, meaning to reverse the layer. And this time I'm going to get rid of that. So we have the linear dodge element here. Here, we'll switch that back to that hard light that we like. See what's happening there? That's pretty good. I love that. I love that. I think that is awesome, because it gives us a kind of really interesting effect. Now, we don't want Eben looking like that, so I'm going to move Eben right here. See what that does? That totally changes the game. Now, before I had used textures. Look at this texture here. That texture is pretty intense, right? I mean, I don't even know if it works as well, but we're just going to experiment a little bit here. So I'm going to select that layer and hit Control or Command C, right? Then I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to hit Command V. So you see what's happening here? That's set to normal, still blowing through a little bit, but let's start playing with blending channels again. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, look at that with overlay. See how that all of a sudden those textures show up in there and it gives everything a kind of a little bit of, right? Look at that. Wow, some of this stuff is pretty extreme, but I'm liking overlay. Look at that. Let's turn this texture off and see what happens. See what happens? It gives you more texture. That is interesting. That is very, very interesting. I like that. So I think we'll keep that. Okay. Now, just to cover myself, I'm going to hit Command. I'm going to select those 3 layers, and I'm going to hit Command G. And what that does is that turns everything into a group. So I'm liking that. Now I can go back to my original reference. You guys remember this stuff here. Whoops, not there. Let's move this, say, down to there. Right, there we go. That looks pretty good. Well, you remember my reference from before. Right, now watch what I'm going to do here. I don't know if this is going to work. Again, it's all about trying to secure a specific type of look for this. Now, Eben is pretty interesting. The colors on him were a little bit different, but I'm going to do a little bit coloring on my own here. But what I'm going to do, watch this. I'm going to take that layer. Watch this. I'm going to go here. And since we know that layer is really just a drawing, right? It's a drawing. We're going to turn that off. But watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to now go Command L, right? And you can see this is levels. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that all the way down. So now that's totally black, right? Now watch this. Now I'm going to hit Command U or Control U. I'm going to go to colorize. Watch what happens now. If I go here, right, and I go to lightness. See, that's interesting. See? Let's maybe take that a little bit more. We'll play around with it a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Now you might say, okay, well, what's the point? Well, when I change this to, say, multiply, and my layer is on underneath, see what happens? There he is. There he is. So I can take this, let me hold down this, Control, Command, and double click right in this section. Now what I'm going to do, just to make sure, again, I don't want to screw up. So I'm going to hold that layer. I'm going to move this right here underneath my space layer. And this is where I'm going to do my rendering. So let's get ready to render now, right? And it should be fun to do. All right. So again, these drawings are set up so that they can be pretty rough from a distance, right? But now we're not going to worry about that. We're going to go here to Wet Blender tool. We're going to take our point size, reduce that down quite a bit. Now watch this. See what's happening? When I go in with a soft touch. Yeah, that's pretty cool there. See? And that gives us some sort of rendering. I mean, this right here is not necessarily fully painted, but I don't want it to feel fully painted. What I want is stuff with texture. I can go in here, see, add stuff like that. Watch this. Let's zoom in here. See, and see all those little imperfections when you zoom out. Watch this. See, it looks like textured brush, but really what it is imperfections, thank God, in the brush. Watch this. See, I can take that, get rid of my hard line. And you'll see what I do with that as we go on. See, I can go here. His hair is a natural, right, kind of fro. So I can add the things that are pretty common in afros or people with hair. I don't have that problem, but you understand what I'm saying because I'm bald, right? Go here. Pop off in this section here. Okay, here we go. See? Now let's go here on this part. Just a little bit. We don't want to go too crazy. So my man did get a trim up, I'm sure, before he was flying in outer space. So his hair would look a little bit better. All right. So now we'll go here. See, we're just taking out the lines because we don't need the lines. Now, let me say this. I'm good. I don't pretend to be the greatest artist or illustrator on the planet, but I do like to try to think, at least I like to think, that I bring heart to my drawing. So that's one of the things that I try to do. See that? All right, now watch this. And we're going to go again using our reference. Zoom out again. All right, so what we're going to be doing is a combination of the upper left and the right. to determine how things should be lit. So zoom in a little bit. There we go. As a matter of fact, just to do this, I'm going to do a little bit of this. I'm going to bring that, whoops, put D. I'm going to go in a little bit of here. We're going to bring this over just a little bit. We're going to have that underneath because keep in mind, we'll have a layer for that. Go here. I'm going to bring this down right here because that's going to be a pretty substantial. Matter of fact, I'll turn that off because I don't really need that. I need this guy, right? And then here, I'm going to turn off that guy there. We're going to go here, bring that down there, right? So my reference is within the view, right? So watch this. So now we're back to this again. And we want to just start painting a little bit. Whoops. Made a mistake, but that's okay. Now, again, if you want to select that layer, hold down Control or Command, click right in there. So now we'll go back here. So now, let's see here. We want to go to our blending tool, or at least our smudge tool. See? So now we can just tweak stuff. See? By doing that, what I'm actually doing is adding a little gradient, a little soft shadow, right? Let's go here a little bit. There we go. See, I like that. So what it does when you're doing it this way, what ends up happening, you're functionally taking your drawings and adding what I call implied detail. Implied detail, when you get I've mentioned this before, it's where you're just taking detail that looks like meaningful detail, but because the detail is abstract, there's no direct meaning to it, right? But because it's detail, it has what's called implied meaning or implied detail. It's a technique that I've used very often over the years, and I find that it makes such a tremendous difference in the quality of my drawings. You see what's happening there? Now watch here. Watch this. I'll go right there. See, I'm just softening it up a little bit when I do that. And as I do, oh, look at that eye there. Let's take that down and we'll fix some of this stuff here. We're not looking for perfection. There, right there, boom. See, so now let's zoom that up a little bit. And we still have the chest happening here. Now watch this part. I'm going to increase this point size a little. Whoops. Command C, let's take that down just a little bit and go in soft, real soft. See? Down there. Okay. Okay. All right. See? Okay. And this is going to be pretty much a monochromatic drawing with maybe a little spot colors to differentiate some elements from others. And we might play around with the final monochromatic color as well. So you see that, all that implied detail to get the grain in the upper left chest, that's now here. And all we're doing is because we're going with a specific kind of tip. This right here is Kyle's paint box. It's the wet blender. I find Kyle, at one point, those brushes were all kind of made by this one programmer, but then his brushes were bought up by Adobe. I think he works for Adobe. I'm not sure, but that makes a tremendous difference. Now, I'm not going to add this kind of grainy brush, which is what I'm doing, smudge brush, that is, to his cape, because his cape should be a little bit smoother in terms of his, you know, because it's, hey, let's be frank, his skin is a slightly different texture. All right, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Look at that. Let's move that up there. Let's see. Add that stuff there. Now watch this. Go here. See all those little squiggly lines? When I'm smoothing them out, they become implied detail. They have the same directional strokes, but they're little imperfections. And when you zoom out again, see how that's starting to look off in the chest area? That's what we're doing. We're just playing around a little bit. See, we can do this here. And this stuff can be done relatively quickly. This is just one way of working. There's some people who, when they paint, There's so much detail and so much time. And I suppose my work looks like that, you know, where I apply the stuff. So it's a lot of, you know, my painting can be very impressionistic, which I used to initially have a problem with, but I recognize it's just my style. And I kind of like it. You know, I'm not trying to be, you know, paint every wart on the banana. You know, I want to be able to, you know, go here. All right, there we go. See, we'll go here. All right, the gloves, the little bands that he has, a little bit different. See, we're gonna do here. See what's happening here? In the chest, in the arms, that's what happens because I am able to use this kind of brush or smudge tool. See how that stomach area all of a sudden becomes kind of impressionistic, right? So we can go here. Let's take that up there. Boom. Oh, this is awesome. I love that. Larry, I hope you like this, man. All right, now I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to do something to this section here, which is something about this hand is still bothering me, but it's okay. We'll work it for right now. I think I know what I want to do as I'm looking at it. All right, go here. Now, let's go in the legs here. Even though he doesn't really, I don't think he has shorts on, but we'll see. It won't matter. Boom, bam. And this again will be a monochromatic kind of tone. Go here. There we go. Not too much. Okay, I'm liking it. All right. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, here. All right, a little bit stuff, not too much. All right, now I'm liking that, but I want to now move to a smoother smudge tool. And this time I'll just go back to that soft round pressure. Now watch how that looks. See that? That's a little bit cleaner there. And that's cleaner because the brush doesn't have the kind of like the really erratic fractal elements in it. So now I can go here, see? So it's a little bit different in terms of how the texture is turning out in this cape. And again, I can take stuff to the edge to put a highlight on there, even though I will go back and add some stuff there too as well. Okay, see? Boom, I'm liking that. Let's do the other side here. All righty, watch this. Let me get rid of that. Whoops, be careful. Be careful, buddy. All right. Okay, I'm liking that. Just as I'm drawing here, you guys should know I am very much enjoying the Carnegie Hall Afrofuturism Festival. There have been so many wonderful things happen. Just last night, we just had our premiere of Flow, my twin brother Jim Fielder's black horror really film. And it's, I was fortunate enough to be the producer on it. He worked on it for 12 years. And he finally got that sucker done. And I am so enormously proud of him. And it premiered at the New York Film Academy, which is one of the awesome production partners of the Carnegie Hall Afrofuturism Festival, just as Dieselfunk Studios is. It's just really wonderful to see that happen. Watch this. Let me go here. Just like to add the little edge of the cape. Yeah, just like that. See, I didn't really draw that in, but I think what I'll do is I'll just do that. Yeah, that's kind of hot. Maybe not. Okay. We'll take that line right there. Yeah, that's actually pretty good there. That's pretty good. All right, let's take that line, right? We'll take another line here. There we go. All right, I'm liking that. All right, let's zoom out. Now, so I've done that. So the next thing I want to do, watch this. I'm going to go here, and we still have that selected, but this time I just want to color. I want to color the bands, right? And I'll take, say, a blue band. I think I saw color. I'm kind of making this up as I'm going along here. We'll go here. We'll say he has blue shoulder pads. Whoops. I don't like that brush. So I think we're going to go back up here again, and we'll take a little hard brush. Whoops. Take it easy, buddy. So when I worked a little bit bigger, there we go. And take that, see? There we go. See, just like that. That goes right there. All right, then we'll go to the other side here. Okay. All righty. Let's go here on the, whoops. Okay, then we'll go here. Okay, then here. All right. So I'm adding this blue here, and you're like, okay, Tim, you're screwing this up, buddy, because you know you got all this stuff going on here. What is happening there? What is going on? Then, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm gonna make his cape a little blue too. That comes back to hunt me, okay, whatever. Sue me. So we're gonna go here. There we go. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to take the eraser here. Just going to erase just around there to get a little bit of, okay, we got dog barking outside. This is what happens when you're doing it live like this. We'll go here. All right, now let's take eraser, and we'll go back to a little blue here again. There we go. All right, now let's take his boots. His boots here. See, this is what happens right off in there. Okay, then we'll take his other boot. Now watch this. As we do this here. All righty. We got that. Let's get the shorts here. I think he has some kind of shorts and a belt. Right? All right. I don't know what the folks downstairs are saying, but hey, again, it's a live show, ladies and gentlemen. We go here. All right, that's pretty good. They're right there. Ah, yes. Look at that. Look at that. All right, now we got that. So now the next thing I want to do, let's erase here just a little bit. All right, there we go. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, watch this. Next thing I want to do is I think, I'm not sure how this is going to work. I'm going to go there. I'm just going to, a little bit here. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to start painting over his other part of his car. That will be a little bit lighter blue from what I remember it being. All right, so now we will go here to a brush and we'll start to paint these sections. Okay, not bad. But I don't know, we will see what happens here. Take that down to the bottom. Yeah, so one of the things I guess I should take the moment to announce here is that I am mostly known for being a comic book artist and a concept designer, but actually I've been doing film for a little while now, and it's kind of a bit of a pleasure to have my film projects along with a collaboration with my twin brother kind of coming to fruition now. It really does mean a great deal to me. And I'm so happy and proud to be showcasing that work in the Carnegie Hall Afrofuturism Festival, because it's really is making history. And I'm glad that, you know, to be a part of that history, if you will. Really ecstatic about that, frankly. Go here. Let's take that a little bit higher there. All right, now watch this. Now we're going to take here. Let's see, overlay. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. Wow, see how that happened? The soft light. Uh-oh. See how it changes color just a little bit? Hard light. Oh, nope, not hard light. That's interesting. Nope. Oh, nope. I think that is the one, the color dodge. Color dodge looks good. So let's see here. I think we're good there. Now I like that. I like what that is there. So I think let's check this out and see if this will work. And I don't know if this is going to work. But when I place this next part down, I think by placing this element down, what I'll do, I won't necessarily call this image finished, but I will call it as close to as finished as I'm going to make it. Now you see these elements in the musculature, the lights. Now watch how, and this is where reference comes in. So I'm going to actually start taking, see what I can do? I can go here and start just brushing that stuff in, right? Boom. Let's take on the side there, see, because he's got a little bit of light coming from the side. I'm going to take his ear there, right? And you can see here on the top left, there's a little bit of light there, and there's a little bit of light here, just a little bit, maybe not too much. And we'll take a little bit there, a little bit there. Now let's zoom in on this so we can try to add a little bit to kind of like go with the spirit of this image here. So watch this. I'm going to reduce that point down here. So now I can take here and go a little bit there, maybe a little bit here. We'll just add a little bit of light that goes here. And of course, I see it's go on the side here because why not? Take that brush down just a little bit. Okay, we'll take this down here. All right, I'm gonna go here. And right now, it may not look like much, but what's happening is I'm adding, you can, this is a tip for you guys who are trying to, you can add really quote unquote bad drawings, but if you apply interesting lighting to that drawing, what ends up happening is you end up embedding life into your drawings. It's something that's quite a fascinating thing to see. All right, that's pretty good. Now watch this. I'm gonna go here on the side. See how his nose has that little bit of light on there, and just take a little bit there. It's not too much. Take it easy, buddy. Right, and then we're gonna just go here. Right now, let's turn that down a little bit. All right, here we go. So now we're gonna go here. Boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, bam. Right, these are just things we can do. Right, right. Take this right here a little bit. Right, and now watch his lips. See what's happening there? Now I'm going to take the top part of his lips. Right? Just a little bit there. Okay. Now just a little smidgen. Some of this stuff will not end up being white, as it were. It will be kind of the illusion of a little tone there. See? Go here. Let's take that right there, just a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. And go here. Okay. There. There we go. Now we'll do the other side. Take that right there, see? Oh, I love that. I love that. So now we'll go on the side here. We'll take that there. And then we'll just go on the tip. There we go. And zoom out. Now, it might not look like anything for right now, but right now it's kind of dope. So we'll go here. I'm going to leave just a little bit of shadow here, just a little bit there, a little bit here. And we'll take more light there because that cape is up a little bit, right? Then we can just start to tweak here, here. Just a little bit of suggestion of musculature there, right? See? Watch this. Go here on the side, see? That's what it allows us to do. We can do that, right? Just a little bit. See? Still got to get it on the side there. Ah, I love that. Now, watch this. See that shadow on the bottom with the other one? But we're going to take to the right image. We're going to just do this. See? A little bit of shine now. Watch this. We're going to take that leg here. See that? Okay. All right. There we go. Just a little bit of light, not too much. Right off of there. Now on the other side, we'll do that a little bit more, not too much, but just on the edge, because I think the edge is really all we need. All right. Same thing here. Indication of a belt. We're going to take that there. There we go. Pop that just a little bit. Boom, not too much. Go on the side here. Bam. Oh yeah, that's hot. Oh, just a little bit of shine. A little bit of shine. A little bit of shine. Let's go right here on that part where his collarbone is. Right? See? Take that there. Take this here. Let's just go right there. Go right there. All right. I'm kind of liking that. Go here on the side. Not too much. All right. We're going to take this here just so you can see or feel that that's actually the edge of his shoulder pad. Put that there. Put that there. Okay. That's cool. Same thing here. Just repeating. But we're taking the illusion of what's on the right side there. Watch this. I think we can. All right. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Now we'll go here. Okay. And we'll just take a little bit there. All right. So this is pretty good. Now let's see what happens when we start to blend. And this time I'm not going to blend with the rough tool. I'm going to do it here. See what's happening here? So that gives us an edge. Gives us an edge. We can go in and smooth it out and things like that and add the indication again of detail. That is what we're doing here. Go here. All right, I like that. That's nice. Let's go here. And since this is a cape, it's all right if that cape has a different type of texture from the skin sections. All right, here. Okay, like that. That's pretty good. Now watch this. We'll go here. This time, because again, though there's a suggestion of musculature there, it's still a shoulder pad. Right? You know how superhero costumes are not real. They are the embodiment of an ideal of a musculature. Go here, see? You can take that and watch that kind of arm wrist. Watch that, see? You can do that. And then just keep going. Watch this. See this line here? We don't want that white to be as pronounced, but because it's white there, we can kind of like reduce it down in power. We'll do things like go over with the eraser and everything and just keep it fun, keep it light. There we go. We have the line here. Watch this. See that glove? That glove there. That's pretty good. Now let's do this part here. All righty. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. And I'm going to go over with the eraser and I'll do one thing to show you how I give the illusion. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try. Show you the illusion of how these things sort of come together, how you're doing it. Again, painting digitally is not painting. It's not painting analog. And I don't care one way or the other. The only thing I'm really interested in at the end of the day is the look good. Does it look the way, does it convey the emotion that I want to convey? There are a number of artists out there who, they have the perception sometimes there's like a make art button. You still have to sit up and tell the tools what to do. Even though there are digital tools, you still have to train and learn how to use the tools and all that kind of stuff. So these are things that are part and parcel of being a digital artist in the new age. You just have to, be willing to learn and train and get the tools down, because they're still twos, right? They're still twos. All right, let's go here. So I'm making that a little over the curvature of his muscle there. So we'll go here, right? We're going to take that belt, the indication of the belt. See how we can take that indication of a belt? Go here. Now we'll go on the side. Watch this. And we're going to keep that shot. You remember that shot, that reference I had where a person's body is partially covered? Well, that's what I'm doing now. See, go here and still giving my edge light, right? And do this. Give myself an indication of a belt again, right? There we go. See what's happening? I love that. I love that. I'm thinking that this is working here, right? Go here. Okay, there we go. Now let's go here in this section here, because there was some kind of indication there. There we go. Boom. Right, now I want to go here. There we go. All right. We're closing out here. I don't want to go too much longer. Again, this stuff is supposed to be fun and light. There we go. See? Let's get that collarbone there a little bit. Just go on the side here of his shoulder pad, right? There we go. And we go right there. See? Just an indication. Just an indication. That's all we're looking for. All right. Now, smooth it out. A little bit of that. We'll do the same thing here. Matter of fact, I think I'll take that up. It's going to be a little weird, but that's okay. See? Little side thing on the side there. Boom. Right? Now we're going to do a little bit on the side here. Take that up a little bit, and then we're going to come right back down on the side there. See? And that gives you some indication of the side of his face. Now I'll go in, I'll zoom into that, and I'll do a little bit more detail. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. Plenty of other people can go for that. I'll let them do that. All I'm doing is for the indication of life. That's what we're doing. Go here. You know, I liked a little bit of the abstraction. I've learned to appreciate it over time in my work. Not too much. There we go. All right. Now, so that's pretty good. Let's zoom out and see what that looks like. See what happens all of a sudden when you get that element in. Now, there may still be some effects that I'll add to it a little bit later. But for right now, let's go back to Smudge 2. I'm going to go here. Okay. Let's zoom in. All right. Going here on the side. Right, smoothing that out. Okay. Okay. All right. Now on the side here, just a little bit. Right. Smooth that out. See how I'm smooth that out? There we go. And again, this is not realistic musculature. It is the indication of that. The superhero ideal is an ideal, it's not real. Okay, now watch this. Go here. From the side there. Now watch this. Go here. See how I take that right there? Just to give the impression that the muscle has a glint on it. Now watch this. When I go on this part, see? Go here. See? And I'm giving it, this is where the knee is. See that knee off in there? It's not perfect. Good enough. All righty. All right, another few minutes, and I think we're going to add maybe 1 or 2 effects on this. We'll call this Eben image done. And I'll move on to some other stuff for Eben as time goes on, some really special things coming up for the coming weeks. I'll be collaborating on at least 1 or 2 more of the art sessions. Other folks, I'll be showing people how I use 3D in my work because I've been doing it now for some time. I feel like, okay, it's probably time to to stop goofing around and show how it is I do what I do. Because, after a while, you want to keep your trade secrets secret, but then sometimes you're like, look, after a while, as I tell people, we're all going to die eventually. So what do you leave behind? So what you leave behind is how you ultimately be judged. And this right here, I think it's important to share this type of work with the young Afrofuturist community and with those who are, not Afrofuturists at all. You just have an interest in digital art, philosophies of how work is done. It's all important, all super important. All right, see that side there? So we're going to get that band again, right? Here, go right here in this section here and smooth that out. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. All right. Hey, all righty. Look at that. Look at that. And maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But let's take this. A little bit aside here. Take it easy, buddy. Go right there because, that's kind of casting a shadow. There we go. Right there. Here. All right. Now let's go into space here a little bit. And then go into space. Okay, that's good. Smooth that out there a little bit. There we go. All right. Remember the cape? Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, now let's go in here. Just gonna go here just a little bit, touch up a few things. Go right here, right? There we go. See, do that. Now we're gonna go, because keep in mind the reference I'm using is the reference right up there with my man. And we'll go here. All right, and go on the side here. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna go on the other side here. Okay, there we go. Right open there. Okay, then we'll do it here. Okay. This part here. Now you see what's happening as I'm smoothing that out? That begins to give the indication of life and imperfection. And then as I hit it a little bit more with my eraser, it'll add the drop off and the fall off in terms of the tones that are so important to selling something like this. And again, this is a comic book image. I'm not going for perfection. There we go. Okay. There we go. See? Go here on the side now. That's the ear. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we'll go here. Same thing. On the side. All right. See, all those kind of imperfections add a little bit. All right, now we're going to go here on the lip here, just a little bit right there. Not too much. Not too much. All right, now I'll do one other thing here. We're going to get just a tint of light, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. Whoops. We'll go here to brush, and we'll go right there, just a little bit. Now I'm going to take the smudge tool here. I'm just going to smudge right off in there, just give an indication of light. And I'll show you what I'm going to do to that as I get farther along here. That's pretty good. Now, I'm going to duplicate this just in case I mess up. Duplicate layer. Okay. There. Let's zoom out. Now, I'm going to take my brush. Eraser, and I'm going to make it a really soft brush. I'm kind of liking this here. But right now the opacity is 100%. I'm going to drop that down really like to like a 30. Now let's see what happens as we touch on this stuff here. You'll notice in the jaw lines up in here, certain lights are a little bit lighter than others. So here's what we're going to do. See? So we can bump that down, but that's primarily because we're using an eraser that's set at a lower setting, right? So we have a little bit of that. See that? And that's that top lip. Probably shouldn't be that shiny, but you see what's happening now? As we go off here and see the edge, we don't want the edge of the jaw to be so pronounced. See? And also the gradients on there. See what's happening as we brush over that? It's softening the edges. See the chest area, we don't want to be that so strong, right? Want that to be reduced down quite a bit. You see what's happening as we do that? Here, even though I know I put that there, whoops, I should have Control Z, bring it back. Okay, we'll do it right there, okay? Go right here. Oops. Gotta take it easy. There we go. We don't want to lose our hard lines where we need it. All right. Okay. All righty. I'm liking that. Now let's just hit this a little bit on the, take it easy, right? Whoops. Right there. Actually, that's kind of hot there. Let's go here. Just drop this down a little bit down there a little bit. Add a little bit of shadow there. All right, now let's go here in this part. See how we reduce that down? Those highlights kind of take it to another level. It makes things much more subtle. That's all we're doing. Now let's zoom out a little bit. See what's happening? I'm going to do it a little bit on the side there. See? Pretty amazing when that comes together. Now watch this. We'll just take a little bit there, not too much. And here, see, we can reduce that. Okay, go here. I know that's kind of weird there on the gloves, but don't worry, we'll take care of that. All right. Here. All righty. Now we got that. So watch what we're going to do here. I'm going to take this a little bit more, and I don't know if this is going to work, but let's check and see. Now we still have that. I'm going to go one more layer. And this layer here will be what I will call a bloom layer. And that'll be pure white. And we're going to go on our soft brush here. We'll go right there. I don't know what's going to happen here, but let's see what happens. And all I'm doing here is just popping specific types of light on here. Now, right now, it might be a little weird because it's like, whoa, you know, take it easy with that light, man. But watch this. When I take that, oops, not too much there. Right? And then I just hit it with a little bit of filter there. A little bit of filter. Let's go to blur. Take a little Gaussian blur. Oh, not too much. Okay. Let's turn it off, turn it on. Ah. Okay, that went quite a bit there. Let's go back here and we'll do it again. We'll go on Gaussian blur again. Right now, that's pretty big. Put it at 0.6. Let's see what happens now. Okay, good. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this to a hard light. No, right there, overlay. Because what that overlay is doing, it is blending with the undertone. See how that's working? That adds a little bit more tone. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, now I'm going to turn these guys off here. And I think now it's time to experiment with that. That is actually pretty good. but there's something here that I'm not liking. Let's take this guy, whoops. Going here and here. I'm going to move these guys here all the way down underneath the space section here because I want to close this out now. All right, now I like what we have here. This is good. And I want to do one last thing here. You'll see. Here, all right. Let's go right here. Yeah, that'll work just fine. I'm going to go here. I'm going to add just a little bit of detail. Oops. There we go. And down. All right. Now I'm going to take another layer because I can. I'm not going to put his eyes in, but I'm going to just go in and add a lot of more detail. All right. So watch it. Whoops. Too much. Too much, and the brush is too soft. So we're going to go here, right there. Whoops. Too big. Take that down. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, boom. Just a little bit. All right. Now, I think I like that. Just add a little bit of shadow here. Okay. I'm liking that. Now, watch this. Okay. All righty. I like that. Now, let's go here. That's where I group. Okay, wow, that's interesting. And we might still play around with things here, but now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take points and I'm going to start adding stars. This time I'm going to do it with my mouse because why not? Okay. Oh, so it generally helps to turn off the layer. There we go. Boom, bam, 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 bam. And we're gonna make the point a little bit smaller. All right, even smaller. Here, and even smaller. Oops, up 2. There we go. All righty. All right. All right, now watch this. I'm going to double click on this layer. I'm going to double click on this star layer here, and I'm just going to add just a little bit of outer glow. Oh, not too much of that. See that? Watch what happens when we reduce it down. See? Let's go to outer glow. Oh, the opacity is pretty intense there. All right, we're going to take the size here of that down. There we go. Take the spread down, and we'll also make it go out to pure white. Go here. We'll go to, say, normal. Okay, the opacity there. We'll go to spread and size. You know, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. Let's go to multiply. Let's go to hard light. I'm not liking that. All right, let me do a double click one more time. Oh, well, you know what? That's kind of interesting. Let's go to outer glow. We'll take here to white again. We'll leave it at screen, I think. And I think we'll take the sides down. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Now, with that, We will do our last thing here. And I think, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we will see what happens. We will see what happens. I'm going to go here. I'm going to play with this last thing, and I don't know if this is going to work. Let's check out. What if we go to a little pink here, then on the bottom, we're going to go with a little green. It's going to be kind of weird. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to see. I'll go here. Now, the next thing is to take, not our paint bucket tool, but our gradient tool. Go right here. All right, that's interesting. That is interesting. Let's see what happens here. Now we're going to go to multiply. Oh, look at that. That's it. Oh, right there. I like it. But what we want to do is we want to go right underneath the highlights. So the highlights will be pronounced enough. Yep. And then we're going to take it right underneath there. Yeah. See how that highlight maintains? With that, I think we will call this image here done. Look at that. Very cool. All right. Thank you, guys. With that, I want to thank you guys for looking at my day 2 thingy, and we will continue to rock and roll. Thank you so much. Bye.